Hi everyone, Christine Jackson here on behalf of the marketing department here at WP Raw. We are coming to you today with some exciting news. This year, we're transitioning away from our flagship brand, Nature's Greens. We will phase into a new brand, WP Raw Farms, in Q4 of this year. The decision to transition came from the idea of honoring our company's 100-year legacy, but also to better connect the brand with the farm, making it clear to consumers that the same people who grow the products that they love are also the ones that produce and package them. Two quick things to note. One, the bags are still recyclable, so that doesn't change. Two, our corporate branding and logo are not changing. We will remain Walter P. Raw & Sons Incorporated, also known as WP Raw, for our corporate branding. WP Raw Farms will only be used on our product packaging. If anybody has any questions, please feel free to reach out and ask. You can find us in the marketing department. Thank you so much.
Good afternoon, everybody. Mike Campagna with the Supply Chain Department for another Take 5 video. Last month we shared with you 3 cost-saving initiatives that we're working on to try to help the company save some money in the areas of packaging. Here's 3 more coming at you this week. Right now in the fresh cut department, our bag greens, our processed greens items, we typically pack them in either an RPC, this is a reusable plastic container, or we have this dry cardboard corrugated box, which many of you who've walked through the cooler have seen both on display. Currently, this is a much cheaper option for us as a company. So we are going to the customers that receive their bag greens in the RPC and asking them if they would be willing to switch over to the cardboard. We've already had one customer switch over. That's going to result in significant savings, and we're hoping to get a couple more to agree to do that as well. So that's one initiative. Another initiative very similar to that deals with the bulk product. So that's bag greens. This is a bulk product that comes from the field that does not get put into bags. Currently we have multiple options out there in the field. Mostly what we use is this wax coated corrugated box, different from the dry box over here. This one has a wax coating on it that makes it significantly more expensive. It now not only is more significantly expensive than this box, but it also becomes more expensive than the black RPC containers. So kind of similar to that, we're going to customers and we're going to start asking the ones that take product in this that are able to accept the RPC if they'd be willing to make a switch over to this to help us save some money. Help them save some money too. We could possibly lower their cost as well if they do make these changes. A third option that we have for packaging bulk products, and the third initiative that we're trying to launch, deals with these plastic corrugated boxes, they're called. We have a company right now that makes them for us. We're using them currently in our green onions and some of our leafy greens as well. We're thinking about switching the entire company line of wax coated boxes over to this new material. It's going to save us significantly to the tune of maybe $500,000 over the course of a year if we can get this conversion done. So that's another thing that's in the works. We're talking with the other company that manufactures these. Another advantage of these is that they're 100% recyclable, whereas the wax coated boxes over here, because of the wax coating, it kind of takes out of play the ability to recycle them. You got to be very, very specific, very select group of people that we can actually get these to keep them recycled, whereas this is pretty universally accepted as a recyclable box. So we're looking forward to that. We're excited about these changes, excited about saving the company money, and that's all I have for you this week. Thank you, everybody.
Hey everybody, this is Forrest with the Harvesting Department. A couple weeks back we had talked to you guys about an onion trial that we were doing out here. I got a couple of cool, just different samples that the guys looked at, and just these are kind of funky. We had some really big bulb style onions that came out of this one, then some purple ones, and these the harvesters did come out here and looked at some of them to kind of pick which one they like the best, and they came up with this one. I think it is a really nice onion, but we'll kind of share that information back with the seed salesman and some of the field people, and just let them know that we like these onions here. We're obviously not growing purple ones, but they are really cool, and those had some big bulbs. Y'all have a great weekend.
Hi, On October 17th through the 19th, Ashley Raw, Gary James, Christine Jackson, Tim Rabin, Denise Rivera, Chad James, and myself, Kathy Robinson, attended the International Fresh Produce and Floral Association Food Show, also known as IFPA. More than 1,100 companies exhibited at the event, and it attracted over 3,000 buyers from more than 70 countries. There were 130 companies exhibiting for the first time, and more than 210 companies in the Fresh Idea Showcase for new and innovative products. Thursday morning, IFPA CEO Kathy Burns kicked off the event with her State of the Industry presentation. She covered the upcoming trends in innovation, climate, and sustainability, and the industry advocacy wins. Specifically, Burns announced that IFPA has been granted observer status in the United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. The 2024 chair, John Anderson of OPI, shared industry successes over the past year, including the introduction of the Fight for Fresh campaign, a model for future campaigns to reach policy and lawmakers across the world. After the State of the Industry address from Kathy Burns, Tim, Denise, and I attended educational seminars that included topics about labor challenges, the FESMA 204, real intel on AI for produce in the floral industry, amongst other topics and trends. Demographic continues to have a big impact on the produce sector and drives produce trends. Millennials are all about berries and avocados, while Gen Z and Gen Alphas are interested in products their parents and Gen Xers enjoyed. Thursday evening, Denise and I attended the opening gala at the Georgia Aquarium, where we mingled with potential and existing buyers. We got to see all types of aquatic animals, and I got to touch a stingray. And we got the honor to see a whale shark. It was a very cool experience, and we very much enjoyed it. The U.S. Department of Agriculture announced that the International Fresh Produce Association Foundation for Fresh Produce and partner Clemson University will each receive $5 million to establish a sustainable packaging innovation lab. The foundation will also partner with the Foundation for Food and Agricultural Research and the University of Florida to implement the program. Sustainable packaging is critical not just for reducing environmental impact, but also for maintaining the quality and safety of food. The Sustainable Innovation Packaging Lab will accelerate the development of innovative packaging solutions that support international trade while addressing the urgent needs to minimize plastic use and reduce food waste, said Scientific Program Director Constance Giwa. The show was Friday and Saturday from 10 to 5. We showcased the new bags along with the sauté kits and collard dips. We all made some great connections with potential buyers as well as suppliers, and we'll be following up in the coming days.
Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Tony at Walter P. Rawl out here in the driver parking lot. Walter P. Rawl transportation area. I'd like to point out to you carbon footprint. What is the carbon footprint? It's the impact that we have on the environment from fossil fuels burn. All your trucks, cars, and even human beings, we produce a type of carbon footprint on the environment. And our job is to reduce the carbon footprint. So here at Walter P. Rawl, what we try to do is reduce that carbon footprint by buying newer and updated model trucks. The updated model trucks have an APU system on the truck. This APU system, what it does is basically cuts the diesel that's burnt by the actual truck itself in half. How it does this is a small engine that produces hot and cold air through basically like a heating and air system for the truck, and heats and cools the inside of the truck for the driver without the engine of the truck running. This is a great tool because it burns half the fuel of the diesel engine. That's a lot of gallons because each one of these trucks hold several hundred gallons, okay? So another thing we got is a TPS system, tire pressure monitoring system, on each one of the tires. Keeps the tires, if they get underinflated, it lets the driver know that the tires are underinflated. That way they can put more air into the tires. That way we're burning less fuel. All right. Also connected into the battery system, which is bought with new trucks, is basically a solar panel on top of the truck which charges the battery during the day. This great feature keeps the battery charged without running the truck, putting more strain on the engine. Another thing we got is a Detroit 5.0 Connect. This is a safety feature. It's on the side of the truck right here. It's a side impact feature, all right? It lets the driver know in the cab that there's a vehicle, a pedestrian on the side of the truck at all times. It makes a little noise inside the cab. That way he knows, or she knows, that somebody's here or somebody he can't see. So again, good safety feature for us here. Also at the front of the truck, I'd like to show you, we've got the front collision type safety feature in the 5.0 Connect. This actually keeps the driver a certain distance from the vehicle in front of him, as long as he sets the cruise. On that optimized cruise, it basically lets this driver set the cruise exactly how he wants it, at what speed, and the truck will actually steer itself in the lanes with the guidance system that's up in the dash to hold the truck in the lane at a set speed and set distance from the car in front of it. This is a great feature because it uses less gas because you set at one speed. Again, I just wanted to point out a few things here at Walter P. Raw we're doing to help with a carbon footprint. Until I see you again, have a great day.